Hi, teachers. Good morning. Thank you very much for joining us on our first virtual academic conferences 2020. Before starting, let me tell you that I'm going to send a link to through the comments so you can complete or fill out your attendance. Okay, and I'm also going to send you a pin because this link requires a pin. Give me 2 minutes, please. There you have. And there you have the pin. I would like also to welcome Patricia Almendras. She's going to be our first presenter today. Good morning, Patricia. Thank you very much for attending and sharing your knowledge with us.
Good morning, everybody. It's a pleasure for me to join you.
Before we can start, let me tell you something about Patricia. She's Patricia Almendro. She's an English teacher, graduated from Consudec in Buenos Aires, Argentina. She has completed postgraduate courses in England and in Universidad Católica de Salta. She has worked in Argentina in many state and private schools in Buenos Aires and in Misiones teaching young learners, teens and adults. She has been a teacher trainer, and an English language coordinator at various points in her life. She has worked for Pearson for 13 years and is now a coordinator of the academic consultancy unit for Pearson, Latin America. She's a certified master training from Pearson and is now doing the Harvard Managed Mentor, a trusted leadership development course from Harvard University. Patty, tell us something about your webinar. We can start.
Yes, let's get started. We have to take advantage of these minutes together because I'm going to share with you a lot of apps, a lot of ideas to have an active session. So I need you to participate. I need you to be active, ready to participate all the time. Yes. So let's get started. I'm going to share my screen. Thank you, Cynthia, for introducing me, and thank you for being there because Cynthia is going to help us. She's going to be reading your answers and your comments all the time. So please stay there. Our session today is all about active learning and how to maintain an active engagement and participation in the virtual classroom, which is not always easy. Yes, we have been pushed into remote teaching, and now we have to keep our students motivated and engaged in the lessons. So we are going to give you the recipe. We are going to give you today, yes, the recipe for success in distance language teaching. And this recipe has 3 important ingredients. We are going to see how to build confidence in our learners and why confidence is so important. We are going to see how to use different active learning strategies to have everybody participating all the time. And of course, the importance of having clear goals and clear outcomes. We will talk about 21st century learners and how we need to share goals with them to keep them motivated. So this is what we are going to be doing today. So let's get started. I need you to grab your mobile phones or open a new window. This is an application that is free and it's easy to have access to. You can do it in a browser in your mobile phone or in a new window in your browser in your computer. You have to go to slido.com. Yes, www.slido.com, and the code for today's session we are going to be entering in this application many times during this next hour. The code today is success because we want to be successful teachers. So the code is success, and I invite you to go there to Slido. It's very simple. You just type in slido.com in any browser in your mobile phone or in your computers, and the code, it will ask you to type in a code. The code is success. So when you are there, you will find a question for today. In one word, how do you feel about remote teaching? And you have to give us your answers, just a word. And you can type in many words, many responses. Yes, so how do you feel about remote teaching today? We want to know your feelings. We want to know how you are today. So we are inviting you to participate, and some people are already there participating. So give us your responses. We are working at slido.com and the code is success. In one word, how are you feeling about remote teaching? Yes, you can give us more than one answer. We are playing, we are giving, listening to our students' voices. 21st century learners don't like turning on their cameras or their mics, but they are very good at participating. Yes, they are very good at giving their comments in the chat, and they love these applications because they can work with their mobile phones. You can also use them in the traditional classroom, in the face-to-face meeting, yes? But this is good because we can be entering our thoughts, yes? And as you can see, some of them are bigger. Why is that? Because we are doing a brainstorming here. Everybody participating, giving their opinions, and the big ones are the ones that many of us have been introducing. Yes, remember you can add more than one response, yes? So let's keep on playing and giving time to everybody to send the responses and see how Slido works. Some of us feel stressed, some excited, some are happy and good and hopeful, some are challenged, some of us are seeing this as an opportunity, a little scared, overwhelmed, enthusiastic. Thank you for your participation. This is active participation. This is listening to our students, yes, measuring how they feel, yes, and giving them a voice in a different way, in a way they like, participating from their mobile phones or from an extra window in the browser, yes? Okay, thank you. So as you can see, we are all different and we are having different feelings. Some of us are having positive feelings and some of us are worried, stressed, yes? And this is life. This is what happens to all of us. We are all different, and the same happens with our students. Some of our students are more comfortable with this and some are not. But this is not only in remote teaching. This also happens in a typical class. When we are in a typical class, we do have the shy student, the one who prefers not to talk in class. We also have the confident but inaccurate student, the one that is always putting up his or her hand and participating even though making mistakes. We also have the student who needs more time and who needs silence to think and to be ready to participate. Yes? You tell me, you start telling me in the chat if you agree with me or not. If you do have the shy student, the confident, the student who needs more time, remember that I want you to participate. You can give us your comments. Give us your comments in the chat, yes? We also have the student who has world knowledge, who can talk about any topic, and the student who doesn't and who learns a lot from the learning community, yes, from his or her classmates, yes? Do you have this variety in your classrooms? I'm sure you do, yes? We do have a lot of variety, and we need to take to success to all of these learners. All of them are looking for the same. So the question now is, what is success in remote teaching? What is success for an English teacher? So what are we going to do now? I'm going to ask you to participate in a different way. This time we are going to participate through a Jamboard. A Jamboard is a Google app. You find it in the section of apps in Google, and it is next to Google Classroom. There you can find Jamboard, yes? And you share the Jamboard, you share the link. I'm going to share the link now with all of you in the chat, and you can all participate with me, yes? Let me share with you. Just a minute. I'm going to stop this, and I'm going to share here in the chat the link to my Jamboard. So please come into my Jamboard. Yes, I would love to have you all there in my Jamboard, and we are going to do collaborative work. What is success? The question today is, what is success? So copy the link and paste it in a new window. You can do it from your mobile phone or from a new window in your browser. What is success? You can do it through images or through definitions with sticky notes, okay? So help me, give me a word, a phrase, whatever comes to your mind when you think of success. What is success for you in your everyday work? Teaching online, what is success? So give me your words. Any of you can grab a sticky note. There we have one. To be happy is success. Yes, very good. Being happy is success for many of us. What is success for you? You tell us. You can change the color of your sticky notes. Yes. So there we have many ideas. Thank you for participating actively. Yes. What is success? Achieving goals, finishing the course, being happy. Come on, give us your ideas. We want to hear all of you. I want all of you to participate. It's very easy to prepare a Jamboard for your students to do collaborative work. So you can do it all the time. You can have everybody participating and sharing ideas. Yes. Someone erased everything, but don't worry. We can start again. No problem. Yes. You can also add images. Yes. What is success? You can add images from the Google Image Bank. Yes. So what is success? And you put, very good, to learn. That's right. That is success. Speaking English fluently. Yes. Okay. So you can work with your students. You can teach them to do collaborative work. And this is something you can do in your remote session, or you can do it, you can also do it afterwards. Yes. You can do it in between sessions. You can do it as homework, where everybody can participate and can do it from home. Yes. So this is Jamboard. Thank you for participating. We have a lot of ideas. Yes. Remember, it's very simple to join. You prepare it. It's in the Google Apps, and you prepare it in only 2 steps, and your students can all participate at the same time. So as we have seen, what is success? Success has, as we are all different, success has different meanings for all of us. For some of us, it is achieving a goal. For some of us, it is finishing the course, or that our students speak fluently, yes? And in order to achieve a goal, or in order that our students speak fluently, yes, or really learn English and communicate in English, we need to build confidence. What is confidence? Yes, we need our students to participate in class, to participate actively. Yes, that's what we need. And what is confidence? Well, some authors say that confidence is self-efficacy. Haiti, in his book, he says, confidence is one's belief in one's ability to succeed in specific situations or to accomplish a task. Yes. So wait a minute. One's belief in one's ability, that means that confidence is in my mind. Yes. I believe that I can do it, or I don't believe. Yes, I believe I don't have the abilities. So confidence is believing in one's abilities, believing in one's being able to complete a task, accomplish a task. Yes, Bandura in his book in 1997 says, confidence is belief in one's capabilities to organize and execute the course of action required to produce given attainments. This is success for any of us teachers. Teachers want their students to believe in their capabilities. But for students to build confidence and to have confidence, we need to believe in them first. We need to tell them every day and show them every day that we are inviting them to participate actively because we believe in their capabilities and we believe they can do it. Yes? So for confidence to take place and for your students to participate actively, we need to set real goals. We need to set clear goals for them to understand where we are going. 21st century learners need to know where they are going and why and what for. So with a clear goal, we are answering their question. We are telling them why we need them to participate actively, and we are telling them what for. We need to give them a lot of instances for them to perform and to see, to self-evaluate their abilities. Yes, that will give them a lot of motivation and will take them to take risks. And for that, we need to use a lot of learning strategies. That's why I'm sharing with you this type of strategies to have everybody participating and seeing that they can do it. Yes. So have a look at this. When we are teaching online, we need to connect with our learners. Assigning homework is very important. We really need to assign tasks so that they can take the risk and see their performance, but we need to connect and interact a lot with them, giving them feedback, showing them, yes, that there are things that they still need to practice, but there are things that they are doing well. We need to interact a lot with our students when teaching online. So what is confidence and why is confidence so important? Because we really want everybody to be participating actively. And for that, we need to build our students' confidence. One strategy that is really useful for building confidence is flipped learning. And remote teaching is perfect for flipped learning. We've been talking about flipped learning for many years now, yes? What is flipped learning? Let me show you. I have a definition here. Try to read the whole definition, ignoring the gaps. This is active learning. Everybody reading, ignoring the gaps. Now I'm going to give you some help. You have the words there. You have the words at the end of the paragraph: support, engage, pre-work, classmates, on their own, student center. So what is flipped learning? With flipped learning, students with direct instruction before they encounter it in class. So I need everybody participating. What is the first word, the second word missing here for flipped learning? With flipped learning, students engage with direct instruction on their own before they encounter it in class. So we give them a text, we give them a video, we give them something to do before coming to the online session. In other words, they do, what do they do? Pre-work. They do pre-work, and in that way, when they come to the online session, in class time is used for, what is it used for? For student-centered active learning, with teachers and classmates providing feedback and support. This is why we are talking about active learning. Have your students been the center of the instruction, the center of the lesson. For that, you need to assign some pre-work so that they come with the text already read or the video already watched, and they come to the lesson with a lot of information to share. This is building confidence, and this is what we call flipped learning. Remember, some tips. Everything students do before the lesson or outside the class, everything you assign for homework needs to be worth a percentage of their grades. Yes, do not assign a lot of pre-work, something very short, 10-minute, 15-minute task. Discuss the reasons for pre-work. Remember what I told you about 21st century learners. They need to know why and what for. They need to understand where they are going. So with clear goals, you are going to give them a homework because you need the information for the following lesson with a clear goal. So this is what's going to happen in the flipped classroom, in remote teaching. Students do some assignment before coming to class. They bring that information or questions or ideas, and they participate actively during the online session, and then they go and finish their work to come up with learning evidence, to come up with a performance. Now they are sure to go and record their audio or their video and show you how much they are learning. Remember, 21st century learners need to see how much they are learning. They need to see the progress they are making. So the flipped classroom is a very good strategy for active learning, to have everybody ready to participate in class. Let's go back to why. Why do we need to use flipped learning? Why do we need to use active learning strategies in the classroom? Because we need to build our students' confidence. Why is confidence so important? Because it's a positive cycle, yes? A positive cycle to success. When students have high expectations and they believe they can do it and they can reach that goal that you are presenting for them, they feel motivated. They want to take risks, and that's the way they achieve the goals. The opposite cycle is when they lack confidence. What happens when students lack confidence? They have low expectations, they lack motivation because they think they can't, they don't take risks, and they don't achieve goals. This is what we don't want. We want students with a lot of confidence, but we are responsible on building. We are responsible for building their confidence. Yes, we have to help them. We have to turn the I can't into I can do it. We have to push them and give them a lot of active learning strategies for them to see they can. So this is how we are going to reach our goal, and we are going to have successful remote lessons when we have clear goals with a clear expected outcome, a performance that they are going to do afterwards with our help. So let's go back to Slido. We do have another activity, another active learning activity at slido.com. Remember, you can open a new browser, or in your computers, I'm going to set a new Slido activity for you, and it is ready. I need you to choose. This is multiple choice. Remember, the code is success. Slido.com, you have a new poll there, this time a multiple choice. You can use this type of polls in between. You can use it in the middle of an online lesson to measure how much students are understanding. You can use it in between online sessions, in between classes, to see how much they are reading or they are understanding of the topic, yes, or any question. You type in a question and you give students different possibilities. They can tell you, why is confidence important for you? Why is confidence important for you, teachers? To motivate students, to achieve goals, to help teachers plan lessons. Which of these are true? More than one can be true, of course, yes? So all the time, brainstorming at the beginning of the session, monitoring how well they are understanding in the middle of the session or in between online sessions. These kind of polls, you can use menti.com, Kahoot, or slido.com to have your students participating, yes, and telling you how they feel about different questions, yes? So most of you feel that confidence is important to motivate students, yes. And remember, flipped learning is an active learning strategy. Any active learning strategy you can use in the classroom to motivate students will be helpful for them to participate more and more, and of course will be helpful for you to achieve goals. So usually confidence is important to motivate students and to achieve goals. But remember, one tip: to achieve goals, you need to share your goals with your students. We all know that when you plan, when we teachers plan, we do have a very clear goal. Share those goals with your students, because today learners need to know why and what for. So goals are very important for them, okay? Thank you for participating actively. Let's move on. Teaching online is all about connecting with your students, assigning homework, and having a lot of interaction. That's why active learning is important. We want everybody participating to be motivated. What did we say? We need clear learning objectives. We do have them when we plan our lessons. Now we need to share our objective with our students. But John Hatie says in his book that not only learning objectives, not only clear goals, we also need clear outcomes. What is an outcome? And the difference is very clear. Susan Hilliard, in his course, in the Teacher Development Interactive, she has a video where she very well explains this difference with all of us. And I'm going to share the video with you at the end. She says, a lesson aim is what students are going to do with the language, what I'm going to teach. So the lesson aim can be to describe someone's routine or to review the simple present. The lesson outcome is what our students will do with what we teach, what our students will do at the end of the session. So we usually have to share with our students. Today, we are going to learn to describe routines. And by the end of the lesson, you will role play or you will write about your routine. So that is the expected outcome. Yes. Outcomes is what we can measure. We can measure the performance, the results we get at the end of the lesson. And outcomes is what give us food for thought, what gives us information so that we can give feedback to our students. So for active learning and active engagement to take place, you need to teach, but you also need your students to produce so that you can give them feedback and you can show them they are learning. That's why we need a lot of active participation to understand how much our students are learning and to monitor progress. So when you plan your online sessions, always remember flipped learning. Give them something to do before coming into the session. Of course, you are going to do a presentation and you are going to give them a lot of practice, but don't forget to have a clear expected outcome, a production, something students can do with the language that you can measure and you can give them feedback. So by the end of the unit, you will do this project, or by the end of the lesson, you will record an audio describing your routine. And this is a promise. This is value we are giving to our lessons. We are having everybody paying attention and participating because they understand that there's a promise that if they participate, they will speak English at the end of the lesson, at the end of the unit, at the end of the course. Yes? So let me show you another strategy that I use a lot, active learning. I take my students to Flipgrid and I tell them, watch my video and record your own video. And all the videos of your students are there in the same place. Let me show you Flipgrid. Of course, you can visit. Please go to flipgrid.com/almendro2020. It will ask for a Google account or your mail, yes? But it's very simple to log in, flipgrid.com/almendro2020. And I'm going to show it to you here in my screen. Have a look at my Flipgrid. It's very simple to prepare your Flipgrid and you can have everybody participating. So you record a video. I recorded my video here. I'm going to share it with you. Yes?
Hello, my name is Patricia and I've been teaching English for more than 30 years now. Teaching online is really exciting, but I sometimes feel anxious. I love learning new things and new apps that I can use in my lessons online, like Slido, Menti, Padlet. What about you? How do you feel about teaching online?
It takes a minute, yes? So you record your video in a minute and your students start answering, yes? They answer. I'm not going to show you all of them. You can see them because I have shared the link. It's flipgrid.com/almendro2020. And what happens? You come here and you can practice. You can do it at home. You click on the plus button and you can start recording your 1 minute or 30 seconds answer. Your teacher, you as teacher, you prepare, you set your Flipgrid and you decide what the question is and what answer you expect from your students. Yes, it's very simple to use and you can have a lot of answers from your students. Yes, and they record their performance so that you can give them feedback. The most important thing is that you can give them feedback. And have a look at this. This is a comic strip I love. He says, I taught Stripe, my dog, how to whistle. And the friend says, I don't hear him whistling. Well, I said I taught him. I didn't say he learned it. We all know that as teachers, we don't want to teach only. We want our students to learn and we want them to produce. And as you said at the beginning, what is success for you? It's students participating, students producing, students speaking English, achieving goals. So we really need to give them a lot of opportunities for them to perform, to produce, and to show us what they can do so that we can give them feedback, because it's very important to give them feedback, to tell them all the time how well they are doing or what they are doing well and what needs improvement. For students, for 21st century learners, self-evaluation and knowing whether they are progressing or not is very important. So it's our duty, not just teaching. Our responsibility is to teach and to check whether they are learning or not, whether they are on the right track, whether they are following us, whether they are understanding. That's why we need active learning in our lessons, to monitor progress all the time and check how much they are learning. We want all our students whistling at the end of the lesson. We want all our students speaking English, right? John Hatie said, a learning objective is useless without a success criteria. So if we really want to achieve success and achieve those goals, we need a learning goal, but we also need to tell our students, you need to produce, you need to speak so that I can give you feedback, yes? I can tell you what went well and what needs improvement. And we can teach them the power of yet. It's okay to make mistakes. It's okay to produce something and to receive feedback that says you still need to polish this, or you can't do this, but you can't do it yet. I'm going to help you. Don't wait till the end of the unit to assess your students and to give them feedback. You need to use active learning strategies. You need to use the flipped learning methodology so that you can be assessing students all the time and showing them you can't do it yet, but I'm going to help you. We will do it together. At Pearson, all our course books have the practice online, My English Lab, the Pearson English portal, where students practice as many times as they want. They do all their activities and we always have their first attempt and their last attempt. And we can see progress. Marcos here on the right, we can see on his first attempt, 53%. On his last attempt, 70. So we can be all the time pushing them to do it again and again, because practice makes perfect. And with practice, we can see how much they are progressing, yes? So have an assessment criteria also with your students, yes? We also call it success criteria, as John Hatie says, yes? Always give them a lot of practice, give them a lot of instances to perform so that you can tell them what went well and what needs improvement, yes? Because remember, we all have an ultimate goal. We want our students to speak English. That's what we want. We can have different success criteria. We can assess clarity, fluency, accuracy, but remember, all the sessions give them something to produce so that you can keep a record week by week, how well they are producing, how about their clarity, their fluency, and their accuracy. That's why Flipgrid is excellent. They record their audios, you go there, you have all your students there, you listen to them, very short audios, 30 seconds, 1 minute, and you can keep track of how well your students are doing. Clear goals, always give them a performance, an expected outcome, and tell them always how well they are doing. That's the only way you can take your students to success. For doing this, you need active learning. You need your students participating all the time with you, yes? Okay, so we have the idea on how, when we start the year, we know our students feel really small and they feel the course speaking English and all the things we are asking them to do is too much, yes? But we can take them to success. We know they feel handicapped. We know they are worried, as we are when we have to teach English online sometimes. But we can tell them, we are here to help you. We can learn together, and this is building confidence. We are going to do it with your participation. I really need everybody to keep on participating, and we are going to move forward and be successful in speaking English. And we have the last activity in slido.com. Slido.com, remember the code is success. And the last activity today is a different activity, is an open poll. An open poll gives your students the possibility of typing in an answer, yes? So you can use it as a ticket out at the end of the lesson. I always use it at the end for teachers to tell me what went well and what could be improved, what they liked, whatever they liked about the session or whatever they didn't. It's important also to ask students frequently what they liked about a lesson and what could be improved, because this also gives us the possibility of having more students participating if we understand what they really like and what they really want to have in our sessions, yes? So Slido.com can give you the possibility of brainstorming, the possibility of having multiple choice questions to measure your students' progress, and also the possibility of having open polls for students to give you a ticket out. So I would love to have your comments on this session. I would love to have you telling me what went well, what you are taking away, whether you are taking away any ideas for active learning, what could be improved, yes? I know that sometimes connectivity is a problem, but remember, you can use these ideas in asynchronous lessons. You can use them if you are not connected with your students, you can still send them the links and they can do the activities when they do have the correct connectivity, yes, when they do have connectivity or they have connectivity working well. You don't need to give your students all the activities in the synchronous session. You can do it asynchronous. You can do it when you are not connected, and you can send them, yes, in your groups or by mail or in the campus. You can send them the link for them to connect, yes? Okay, so do we have questions, Cynthia? We can see the comments on the screen, yes? Yes, you have to, flipped classroom is what's going to give you a lot of opportunities with 21st century learners. Flipped learning is really for them. They enjoy this idea of reading or pre-watching or pre-reading something and coming to the lesson with ideas to share. But you have to give them responsibility. You have to set rules and of course share goals with them, and it's going to work. You will have excellent results. Yes, and yes, it's true. Someone is saying measuring students' performance has always been a problem, and so important. Yes, we have to do it frequently, weekly. Try to have something they produce, something short, a short writing, a short audio or video. Now technology helps us a lot, and we can receive a lot of data to give them feedback very easily. Yeah, so don't wait till the end of the unit, because then they get low results in their summative tests, and there's nothing you can do. You cannot help them further. So build confidence, help them week by week, lesson by lesson. There are many applications like these ones that you can use. I'm going to give you an extra gift today. I'm going to give you a Padlet that I prepared for you, where you are going to find Susan Hilliard explaining the difference between lesson aims and lesson outcomes. You also have Ken Beatty talking about remote teaching and how learning a community is very important. You will also find my Flipgrid there. All the things I shared today, I'm going to share in the chat for you to have access to my Padlet. Do we have questions, Cynthia?
Yes, we do. Actually, there was a question from a teacher, Pedro. He was asking if, well, he said, as I understand, that flip learning depends on the approach and method. Am I right?
Can you repeat the flipped learning?
That the flip learning depends on the approach and the method. That's what he was asking.
Yes, flipped learning is very good. It's a method that you can use, but it's part of the active learning strategies. If you read about active learning strategies, you will find there the flipped learning approach. Yes, so you can, it's an approach. Yes, and you can use it in your lessons because it's excellent for blended learning. But now that we are teaching online, it's a very useful technique for having more and more students participating actively. Yes, flipped learning. You can read a lot about it.
Some teachers also said that there's a big problem that students are not interested in learning. They only care about scores. So,
well, but that is something that we can take. That can be an advantage for us, because if they care about scores, yes, they care about results, and I agree with you. It's like that because 21st century learners care about results, and they are always worried about whether they are learning or not. And if they feel they are not learning, they are going to quit. So that is why we really need to have very clear objectives for every lesson with an expected outcome and a success criteria for every lesson, so that they understand and they can be measuring themselves every lesson. Because if you wait till the end of the unit, they get lost. They feel they are not learning and they are not motivated. So if you want them to be motivated and participating actively, do give them clear goals and clear expected performances every lesson, so that they can see their progress, because they care about their progress and the scores. Yes, they do.
yes. Well, most of the teachers agree with what you're saying. That says we have teacher Vania Sarsuri here. She says that that's true, allowing students to practice as much as they need or want. It gives them the sense of they're accepting that learning is a responsibility and that success will be just theirs.
Mm-hmm. Good. It's like that. It's very important to give them possibilities, opportunities to produce and measure their own progress. One of the most important differences between 21st century learners and how we learned and how we were assessed is that 21st century learners love self-assessment, reflecting, observing themselves, checking if they understand or they don't. So we have to give them the opportunities. Let me show you in the screen. I'm sharing Sirken Robinson's phrase that I love. He usually says, teaching is a creative profession. Teaching properly conceived is not a delivery system. And that is the thing here. It's not about only teaching. Do not do that, because we teachers are no longer the source of knowledge. Students can find whatever we want to say can be found in Google. So they don't need us to be teaching. They need us to be giving them a lot of opportunities to participate. We need to be creative. Do we have more questions, Cynthia?
I think
I have answered everything, or is there any?
I have one more. This is
Yes.
from Anna Kupin. It says that some students want to participate, but they find that these new applications overwhelming. So how can we help them?
Well, in that case, that's why we need to connect with our students, because we are all different. And if you have a group of students who are overwhelmed by this online teaching, you have to talk a lot with them and find out what is best for them. Sometimes it's best to just send them a video instead of a synchronous online session. It's better to send them a video of you explaining something, giving them tasks, and then they do the tasks. And if they feel overwhelmed, you are not going to use so many applications because it's going to be worse. Yes. So you need to connect with your students, build a learning community, check what they like. That's why it's important to give them a lot of polls so that you understand what is it they want. But you can do that in a WhatsApp group or by email. Yes. Don't overwhelm them. If you feel they just need one way of working, you work with only one connection. Yes. And you don't give them a lot of applications. Yes. It's important to know what is best for your students because we are all different. Yes.
Okay. Yes, Patty. Thank you very much. I think we have already answered all the questions teachers had. So, and
there are many applications. I just shared some of them with you today. Yes, but I left you my Padlet for you to keep on investigating and having a look at all the resources. And of course, if you do have any questions or comments, that's my email on screen, and I would be delighted to have info. I would be delighted to receive your emails with your experiences or questions or comments or whatever. Yes. Thank you for inviting me. It's been a pleasure.
And thank you, Patty, for sharing all your knowledge or your beautiful ideas and these very useful tools that probably teachers are going to be using on this next bimester. We really appreciate you participating here and sharing everything you had shared with us. And on behalf of CBA La Paz, we would like to just recognize your hard work and your time and your effort. I don't know if I can show you this. You're going to receive this on your email, but it's something that CBA La Paz prepared for you.
Okay.
Just to say thank you very much for having participated, and thank you very much for sharing everything you shared with us today, Patty. Thank you so much.
A pleasure. Thank you for inviting me. Thanks.
It was our pleasure to have you, Patty. And thank you very much, teachers, for attending today. Next session is going to start in about 5 minutes with our next presenter. I'm going to send again our form for the attendance, and I promise this time it's not going to have any problems. You're going to be able to complete it correctly. And I'm also going to send the PIN number for you to complete. And thank you very much for having attended. So we have to disconnect, Patty. It was nice having you here, and I hope to have you here again once more. Bye-bye.